last section before your test. We'll practice this tomorrow, and then Monday, we're not here. Tuesday, we'll do a concept quiz. Wednesday, we'll go over it. Thursday, you'll test. So this is the last thing to learn. It is 1.6 absolute value equations and inequalities. I'm just going to say absolute value. Okay, we ready? Yeah. Here we go. Tell me this. You don't have to write this part down. What is the absolute value of 5? 5. What is the absolute value of negative 5? 5. So you're saying that both of these inside here equal 5, right? Positive 5 and a negative 5. Good. What if I give you this equation? The absolute value of 2x minus 1 equals 5. So now is where you need to start writing down. Your first example. Some of you guys might remember this from Algebra 1. I don't know how much you touch on it in Algebra 1, but I'm going to teach it like it's the first time you're seeing it. So, this inside part in here, the 2x minus 1, we're saying that, oh my goodness, okay, that works. We're saying this part right here is equal to what? 5. What else could it be equal to? It could also be equal to negative 5, because that part inside, you guys just told me the absolute value of 5 is 5, but the absolute value of negative 5 is also 5. So whenever you have an absolute value equation, you're going to end up with two different answers, because you're going to set up two different equations. You're going to set up 2x minus 1 equals 5, because this inside part could equal 5. And you're going to set up 2x minus 1 equals negative 5, because this inside part could equal negative 5. So you're going to get two different answers for this. And then it just becomes a normal algebra problem where I have 2x equals 6, so x is equal to 3. And here I have plus 1, and that's a negative 5. So I have 2x equals negative 4, so x is equal to negative 2. So to solve absolute value equations, you're going to first make sure the absolute value part is by itself, which the next one won't be, so you'll understand what I'm talking about when you see that one. And then you're going to set two different equations, a positive one and a negative one, and then just solve for x. Easy enough?
Sounds great.
Okay. Let's do another one. Let's math it up a little bit. So now, let's say I have 3 times the absolute value of x plus 2 minus 1 is equal to 8. So step 1 of this is to get the absolute value part by itself. So what do I need to move to get the absolute value part by itself? The 1. We'd move the 1 first. So now I have 3 times the absolute value of x plus 2 equals 9.
Then divide the 3 out.
Divide by 3. So now I've got x plus 2, the absolute value of that is equal to 3. So now step 2 is to make 2 equations. A positive 1 and a negative 1. So here you'd have x plus 2 equals 3, and you'd have x plus 2 equals negative 3. And you guys finish these two, please. Then we'll move to inequalities. Did you get x is equal to 1 and x is equal to negative 5?
Yes.
Yep. Very good. Okay, questions on equations. Get the absolute value part by itself and set up your two equations and solve.
So on the outside, so like on the far left, on the outside of the absolute value, you have to like, that's like the multiply or divide part?
That's the part you would divide away.
Okay.
Yep. So you just have the absolute value part by itself. Okay? Good?
Yep.
The common mistake is people find one answer and then they just make negative that as the other answer. But you've seen the two that we've done, you don't get the same number necessarily. Okay, so you make sure you set up your two equations. All right, you ready for inequalities?
Ready?
I bet you can do inequalities if you can do equations. Just saying. Let's start with an easy one. Absolute value of 2x minus 1 is less than 5. Okay, step 1 is still going to be the same, which is to get the absolute value part by itself. In this case, it's already done for you, so you don't have to do that. Step 2, to write our two inequalities, this one's going to be the same. That's your positive one. But what does your gut tell you you're going to have to do with the negative one?
Flip the sign.
Flip the sign. Very good. So you're going to make a negative one, but you're going to need to flip the sign to go the other direction. Okay? It's like dividing by a negative or multiplying by a negative on the other side. And then you just solve like you would following your rules for inequalities. So 2x is less than 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is less than 3. And here I add 1. 2x is greater than negative 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is greater than negative 2. You guys agree with me?
Yeah. Go ahead and graph them both.
And then we're going to graph. So in this case, I've got a negative 2 over here and a 3. Let's start with the 3. Is that an open or a closed dot?
Open.
Open, and it's less than 3, so it's going this way. The other one is x is greater than negative 2, so it'd be an open dot at negative 2, and it's going this way.
Easy.
And you're done.
Cool, like,
Good?
Uh-huh.
Okay, last one. I'm going to have you guys do this one start to finish on your own. This one, the graph's going to look a little different. So if you get it looking different, it's okay. Absolute value of 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 6. So you guys do this from beginning to end. Is the absolute value part already by itself?
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to start my work up here and we'll see if we agree. Oh dear. These are two inequalities you got. X is greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1, and x is less than or equal to negative 5.
You.
Okay. So what did you notice about this graph? They go away from each other. So here at 1, it's going to be a closed dot. Oh dear, I should have done that over there. Okay, well that's right. We'll make this negative 5. It's a closed dot and it's greater than. And then at negative 5, it's a closed dot and it's less than. See that very proportionate graph?
Yes.
That's the way my day is gone. Okay, I have 6 problems for you to do. We're going to go over these 6 problems in class today, assuming we have time. You guys are my first Algebra 2 class, so I never know for sure. But I think you'll be okay. So page 45, 1, 2, 4, I think that's a 5, 25, and 26. We'll go over in class today. And then tomorrow will be our work day over all of this.